We interrupt our program to bring you a special broadcast.
This is an MSNBC Living History event, June 6, 1944, as it happened.
Tonight, a journey back in time to the most extraordinary moment in modern military history. D-Day, the Allied storming of the beaches of Normandy and a massive assault against Nazi forces, a supreme invasion that marked the turning point of World War II. Tonight, MSNBC brings you the historic events of D-Day as though they were unfolding today. We have stationed our team of correspondents around the world, and each will report the story as it actually was happening 60 years ago. NBC's Andrea Mitchell at the War Department, Nora O'Donnell at the White House, Don Teague from London, Charles Sabine in Berlin, Tom Aspel in Nazi-occupied Paris, and Preston Mendenhall in Stalin's Russia. Also, correspondents Richard Engel and Donna Friesen embedded with Allied forces on the beaches of Normandy and behind enemy lines. Tonight on MSNBC Living History event, from the war room to the front lines, join us on a journey to the longest day, June 6, 1944, as it happened. Good evening, I'm Lester Holt. Today is June 6th and it is 8 p.m. Tonight we will bring you the story of D-Day from Inside Out.
Deborah Norville tonight.
Hollywood's Top Gun. You may not recognize the face, but you're sure to know his work. He's the brains behind a multi-billion-dollar bevy of big-budget blockbusters.
I never would have thought of that.
And the driving force behind some of the biggest careers in the biz.
Your name was at the top of the list.
He's satisfied Tom Cruise's need for speed. Ow! Made Richard Gere a sex symbol. Inspired Jennifer Beals to flash dance. Gave Will Smith a bad reputation.
You're the man!
And turned Johnny Depp into a swashbuckling Oscar nominee.
I knew you'd warm up to me.
On the ground or in the air. Mega mogul Jerry Bruckheimer knows what summer movie fans like.
How do you like that, huh?
And he's running one of the hottest franchises on television, too.
We're aware of that. Anything else?
Yes, as a matter of fact, Jerry also happens to be married to Linda Bruckheimer, a best-selling novelist with her own knack for wowing the masses with nostalgic tales about her native South. Tonight, in their first television interview together, Hollywood power couple, Jerry and Linda Bruckheimer.
Take a rockets away!
From Studio 3K in Rockefeller Center, Deborah Norville.
And good evening, everybody. When it comes to a golden touch, Jerry Bruckheimer is just about as close as you can get to that in Hollywood.
The people of Virginia, the owners of the government, have spoken.
It was a thumping.
Republicans concede defeat to the new rulers of Congress.
The American people expect us to rise above partisan differences, and my administration will do its part.
But are Democrats prepared to accept the president's olive branch?
We have our differences, and we will debate them.
And can this historic transfer of power resolve one of the biggest crises now facing our nation?
Nowhere was the call for a new direction more clear from the American people than in the war in Iraq.
They don't know what to expect in, the months to come or whatever.
Now, from Washington, Tucker Carlson.
Welcome to the show. Coming to you from Washington, D.C., where the changing of the guard in Congress is underway as we speak.
Susan Gail Santo.
Christopher Santora.
A nation remembers and mourns.
I still got all his clothes in the closet. Still got his clothes in the drawer. And I just go in and I touch him.
5 years after 9/11, Americans across the country pause to honor the innocent victims and the fallen heroes.
How far would I travel to be where you are? How far is the journey from here to a star?
And today, more than ever, we wonder, are we safer now than we were back then?
It just reminded me that there's still an enemy out there that would like to inflict the same kind of damage again.
Now, from Los Angeles, Tucker Carlson.
Welcome to the show. Most of us remember exactly where we were when we heard the almost unbelievable news.
The following is an MSNBC special report.
Feisty and defiant, Saddam Hussein faces justice and rejects the charges against him. In a Baghdad courtroom, the man who ruled Iraq for 3 decades responds to charges of murder, war crimes and genocide, and the invasion of Kuwait. Tonight, fully translated, the former dictator argues his case, along with former right-hand man Tariq Aziz and 10 other defendants, including the man infamously known as Chemical Ali. We'll have world reaction from the streets of Baghdad.
All the Americans are criminal, and they put him in this situation.
And across the Middle East.
Saddam Hussein.
To London, the White House.
Iraq is now a country where the government will answer to the people.
And across America.
It's going down.
Tonight, an in-depth look at what will be one of the most sensational criminal trials in history. The people of Iraq versus Saddam Hussein. Live from MSNBC World Headquarters, Chris Jensing and Amy Robach.